Oh, no.
The JoshCast podcast is pre-recorded in the JoshCast studios. The JoshCast studios is my parents' basement in Northeast Mayfair, Philadelphia. JoshCast episode 250 is brought to you by our sponsor, analbleaching.org. May your butthole shine bright like a diamond. Hello, folks. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday night, 11:50 right now, almost Wednesday, whatever. And got a quick little plug. Not that it's going to matter. You know, no one listens to this show, but I rarely got things going on in my life. June the 1st, the first Thursday of next month, I will be at Arcello's Pizza Brewery Company in Newark, Delaware. It's a Fenrir show. He's a dirty ukulele player. He's an awesome guy. He's the only guy who puts me on shows these days. I will be there with Rod Goat Sperlin. That's right. That's the guy who's Rod, Jack and Rod. And I've not got my date yet for Philly's Phunniest. It's a competition in the city you pay $26 and change for to humiliate yourself. I'm pretty sure later this week or next week I will get my date. And that's it right now for the plugs. Get it? Ha ha ha. Plugs? I have nothing going on. Well, folks, I just got back from doing some salsa. I have nothing going on in my life. Let's get to some topical news. That's right. I don't know a lot that's going on. I know the Golden State Warriors just won their second game against the Spurs. Some people say it's because some guy got injured. Make excuses all you want. It's happening. Also, the ABC Family Tim Allen show, the Trump-friendly sitcom, that got canceled, and now Trump is pissed. He breaks his silence. He's stunned and blindsided by ABC. Yeah, ABC loves Tim Allen. You know, Miley Cyrus explains her twerking phase. Well, it was part of a. Twitter reacts to the possibility of Lonzo Ball to Lakers. I have no clue what that wins. Celtics win NBA draft lottery. They just played their. They're gonna. Some people say they're gonna be swept by the Cleveland Cavaliers. They beat the other team yesterday. Host apologized for mocking boy with autism. Jesus, come on, man! All the people to make fun of. You gotta make fun of some poor autistic boy. Comedy reporter logged improper calls with Trump. 9-year-old boy tragically dies from a cocaine overdose. Jesus, this was in Youngstown, Ohio. Sounds like a shitty town. So yeah, he must have thought it was some sort of Christmas candy or something. I don't know. Gwyneth Paltrow's site Goop claims one fruit is dangerous. I thought it was what is it called? I forget. I had a bad joke. Fuck, edit that out. Famous woman Katy Perry sang about I Kissed a Girl revealed. Oh, so who's the girl? Who cares? She made that song, and In-N-Out loses title America's favorite burger chain. They all make you shit. Alright? Five Guys makes you shit more than anything. We talked about that on the show before. Rape victim 10 years old granted abortion despite law. What the hell? Americans without health insurance hit an all-time low. I believe that. I got penalized by Barack Hussein Obama 2 years ago, you cocksuckers. Paralyzed mom and son defy the odds in photo series. It's pretty fucking cool. They're like on a mountain with ropes. I've been playing Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 from the Sega Genesis version on PC. If you Google Mortal Kombat online, you can play too. It's pretty fun. Alright, that's not news. But I just want to talk about that. That's what I've been doing instead of applying for jobs, which I need. By the way, still no job. In my life, I've been playing Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's a great way to live in your parents' basement, folks. JoshCast Studios Dreams. It's man arrested after walking into a store with a severed head. The sheriffs of where is this at? Let's get a little bit more information about this story. Sounds like it's a bar joke. Oh. Man walks into a grocery store while holding a knife and a severed human head. That's fucking awesome. Scary. This is out of a scene out of a horror movie unfolded at Oregon grocery store Sunday night where a man was covered in blood holding a knife with a severed head, walking inside a building and stabbed an employee. 36-year-old Joshua Lee Webb. I'm honored to share the same name as this guy. Entered the Thriftway Harvest Market at 2:15 p.m. Yeah, wow. That's pretty fucking scary. It sounds cool, doesn't it? Not for the person who got beheaded. I don't know if there's anything on. Woman soaks towel in concrete for brilliant reasons, and she gets showed up her twat or something. Feels like a black dick. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Miss USA recants her controversial healthcare remark. Yeah, some girls say we need more jobs. Yeah, these chicks are just supposed to be hot. They don't know anything. They're not supposed to know anything. Who cares? You know? Alright, so that's not it for the show. That's it for this segment. On this episode, this is a very spontaneous podcast. First of all, I just want to say this is your favorite podcast show, ... that you don't listen to, okay? It's the first and the worst comedy podcast, and podcast in general in Philadelphia. That's right, I'm claiming that title. Later on the episode, you're going to hear a classic prank call to Enzyte. Remember that Enzyte commercial? That guy, Bob, whatever, he's all happy, that creepy white guy? You're going to hear a call to that. I think I messed with a black lady. Also, tomorrow night's going to be the last Comedy Cabaret, Northeast Comedy Cabaret open mic for the season, which means we'll return in September something. So I don't know if I'm going to get coverage. Last week, the guys were not up for it. I don't blame them. Tomorrow night, I'm not going to force anybody. If they want to do a JoshCast segment, a little goodbye, we'll do that. If you hear it, it will be after this clip. If you don't hear it after this clip, pretty much means that it did not happen. And also a possible sober commentary with drunk people, where I go on the streets Saturdays at 2 a.m. trying to talk to drunk people and talk about my lonely loser sex life. And anything else that happens on this show, folks, you will hear about it. You got to keep listening to find out what happens next.
Natural ingredients. They can help.
My name is Sam. May I help you?
Yeah, I would like to order the pills to make my dick bigger.
Huh?
I would like to order the pills to get my dick bigger.
Oh, no, it ain't gonna make that little dick bigger.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's not.
I measured it this morning.
What?
I measured it this morning. It's 4.5 inches.
Wait on, it's not gonna make it bigger and longer.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it ain't.
It increases.
I know it, I should know.
It increases the size.
The fullness and the firmness, not the size.
I don't need fullness and firmness. All I gotta do is wash your dick.
Fullness and firmness, not the size.
Yeah, it does.
No, it don't. It's not gonna make your dick bigger, I'm telling you.
Why? Do you suck some?
What?
You suck?
I take Opalplex, so, yeah, it makes it bigger.
It does? That's what I just said.
So what do you want to buy? You want to buy something to make it bigger?
So they don't make it bigger, you're saying? Do they? You're playing games, lady.
I'm not playing games.
What?
You're talking dirty.
I'm not talking dirty. That's what it does, right?
I said it makes it fuller and firmer. I didn't say nothing about making it longer.
What does fuller mean?
Fuller. Fuller and firmer.
What does fuller mean? Bigger?
Thicker.
Yeah, what does fuller mean?
Thicker.
Yeah, that's what it means?
Yes.
That's what I just said.
So what do you want?
I want to make my dick bigger.
So do you want to buy something to make your dick bigger?
What, does it make my dick bigger? Does it? No?
It sure will.
So don't lie to me, lady, because I'm
It
not...
will. I don't have to lie to you. I do this for a business.
But I said that before. You said it didn't. You said it ain't going to make your dick bigger.
I'm saying that it's not going to make it longer.
But you mean thicker?
It's not going to make it 6 inches longer? No.
But what is it going to do then? I know it's going to be firm, but what else? Is it
Thicker and fuller.
bigger? Like a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah.
So like the dick tip's going to grow out and sprout?
Mm-hmm.
You sure know a lot about this.
I do.
You suck a lot of dick, don't you? Yeah, you like laughing.
Do you want to order something or you just want to play on the phone?
I'm not playing. I just asked you a question. I'm getting all this lip. How do you stay in business with your customers? Do you talk to people like this?
No, you call and talk to me like that.
But look, can I ask you a question? What is the pills for? They're for your dick, right?
Hey, it's Thursday night here. Last night was the last night at the cabaret for the season. I think it will return like September 27th. It was a good night. Darren was not there. He was sick with the flu. But it was a good night. You know, we had about 20 comics. No podcast coverage afterwards. Bill Miller, not to blame him, he left right afterwards with his friend Chicken. Shout out to those guys. And then, we just hung out. Roger Snare had me cornered. He just wouldn't let me the fuck alone. He's just like a rapist. He kept following me around. It was a good night last night to hang out with the guys. I'm pretty sure I'll be seeing some of these guys again. Also today, I walked around Center City to approach girls. I had a Chipotle card. So this happened. Here's a story. So I had a buy one, get one free Chipotle card. I go over to Chipotle. I get 2 burrito bowls, right? And I fucking ate them with a little bit of hot sauce. And as you can imagine, it was very hot out today. It's about 92 degrees. About 5 minutes later, after I leave, I have like a fart. I didn't even let it out, and I shit myself. Now, I didn't shit myself. On a scale of 1 to 10 out how bad I shit myself, I would give it a 6. Like, I shit myself before when it was like a 9 or a 10. So I was walking to the bathroom in Center City. It was packed, crowded. I go into the bathroom stall. Luckily, nobody was in there because it was 12 o'clock. Most people were eating lunch. And I took my underwear off. And this happened last year. This happened a year or two ago. And I told this story actually on the podcast a few weeks ago when I was talking to actually, I think, Bill Miller himself, that I went to a Five Guys. And I ate a double burger with Cajun fries. And a similar thing happened. About 20 minutes later, I shit myself in South Philly. So this one wasn't as bad though, because at least I was near a bathroom. So I took my underwear off. I cleaned up. I didn't have baby wipes, so I had to do the fucking wet paper towel soap thing. You get dingleberries in your ass. And then I left my underwear. I threw it in the trash. And then I walked around for about another 15 or 20 minutes. And then I went back and cleaned up one more time. And I just fucking went home. So I was stupid. I should have took 1 burrito bowl and saved it for later. But I wanted to eat 2. So I ate 2 Chipotles today. But I ended up shitting myself. Well, before we get to the topical news, I just want to say that I just recorded a rock song. That's right, my first rock comedy song. I do mostly, I've done serious rap songs before that are garbage. I do original comedy rap songs, and I do song parodies and such. But this is the first time that I think I took a rock beat, not a hip-hop rock beat, a regular rock beat. It's called Ball Skin. I just wrote it. I haven't recorded it yet. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to record this tonight because I live with my parents, because I'm an awesome guy. But if not tonight, then tomorrow. But you definitely should hear it after this clip. And that's all that's going on. 3 minutes of yapping. Wow, I can sure yap, can't I? Well, let's get to the topical news. Understand the Boston Celtics lost to the Cavaliers, right? Big surprise. Celtics star and Cavs. They're not Space Jam. Oh, so he's saying they could be beat. Oh, yeah. So I think Isaiah Thomas is saying they're not going to be swept. All right. Some blonde chick, Lethe, says, I've gotten death threats after ball argument. Conor McGregor fight. The Conor McGregor-Mayweather fight is getting closer than we think, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Oh, yeah, so top story today. How can I forget this? I'm sorry. I'm such an idiot. Chris Cornell has passed away at 52 years old from the Soundgarden. Remember hearing him on Howard Stern. Everyone's definitely lost another rock legend. Everyone was crying about it. Not to say that, that a Tennessee teacher addicted on sex charges. Car hits New York City pedestrians, killing 1. Sorry. My head's spinning right now. With the internet, you got all these things popping up. But yeah, Chris Cornell passed away. I'm not sure what he died from, but there's no point looking it up, not to be rude, because the time you guys hear this, every fucking show is going to talk about it. The Howard Stern, if he's on next week, you're going to talk about it, and all your favorite comedy and podcast legends will talk about it. So, no point in me getting more into this, but rest in peace. Black Hole Sun was an awesome song. One of my favorite videos watching on MTV when I was a kid. Very weird video, but nonetheless. Video shows a gator eating a massive lunch on golf course. McDonald's makes big change to ice cream recipe. They're going to put more sugar in it. Skin cancer is on the rise, but not the way you expect. I remember I saw this Patrice O'Neal sketch where he was making fun of white people. He was like, skin cancer only affects white people. And then one of his black friends said, white people get skin cancer. It's kind of funny. George W. Bush interrupts a reporter's live broadcast. He looks angry. Former coach sends for filming his athletes undressing. Let's get a little bit more in the story. Is it girls or guys? Let's hope this guy's not a faggot. Not to say that doing it to little girls is okay. Federal prison. 22 years in federal prison. Then 5 years supervised release. Oh, he was filming underage girls dressed in pornographically. Oh, thank God he's not a faggot. Seriously. That's wrong. 14-year-old graduates from college with an impressive degree. So you hear all these stories. You know, when white people graduate early, they call it privilege. When black people graduate early, they call it news. You ever notice that? It's like, okay, great. This kid's 14 and he's got a college degree. Good for you, darky. You know? I know it sounds mean, but seriously. Oh, so this happened yesterday. I saw this when I was at the cabaret last night. Driver found with lizard in her bra after crashing a car. I guess she had the Geico. Anybody laughing out there? No? No? Okay. What else do we got here going on, folks? This is, of course, everyone's talking about Comey. Everyone's talking about that Times Square driver was high on K2. I think that's the guy that crashed and killed that one person. I don't know if there's anything else really much going on. Roger Ailes' cause of death revealed hours after passing. So who else passed away? I think one more person. Workers make eerie find below floor of... coffins were found in a hidden crypt. Sounds like these motherfuckers on some Tales in the Crypt shit. Seriously. Alright, I think a player who yelled homophobic slur has been suspended from Major League Baseball. Come on! You know, these athletes, we talked about this before, when they get in the locker room, they're like, faggot this, they make racial jokes, they whip towels on their asses, they talk about each other's dicks, they laugh at the guys with small dicks. I mean, really, why do they gotta be suspended? I mean, seriously, folks. It's just ridiculous. Who else passed away? David Tell on his Facebook page, he always makes a poster of everybody who dies. I hope someone does it for him. So Chris Cornell died, and Powers Booth, but that was late. Oh, thanks a lot, Dave. Well, folks, that's not it for the show, but that's it for this segment. After this, you're going to hear a new song. That's right, from the JoshCast Studios. Very busy. And then after that, you're going to hear more topical news and possible sober commentary with drunk people, and then more topical news and on-news. That's how I roll on this podcast. No coverage, but at least a new song. So appreciate that, you jerks. All right, I'll see you later. Enjoy the song. What is a man without his balls? And what is a man without his bald skin? Not much of a man, let me tell you. My taint got skinned, I must have sinned. I cut off my bald skin. The light was way too dim. I shaved off my bald skin. In life I just can't win. It feels like my balls got pinned. There's blood filled in my trash bin. I cut off my bald skin. It's been a year or two. I didn't even know what to do. Should a guy trim his pubes to let the bald cheese stick like glue? I should have left it alone when I was born stuck at home. This chick wanted to make me moan. I really wanted to fuck her throat. She said that she wouldn't suck me unless I trim my balls. Bald skin. This life I can't fucking win. This cunt took off my bald skin. Bald skin. I'm like a dolphin without fins. This life sucks without my bald skin. I've never been in such pain in my life. Losing all my bald skin. Ouch. My taint got skinned. I must have sinned. I cut off my bald skin. The light was way too dim. I shaved off my bald skin. In life I just can't win. It feels like my balls got pinned. There's blood filled in my trash bin. I cut off my bald skin. I feel like I've been ball circumcised. This life is nothing but lies. Quick, someone bring me some ice. I'll never have on a grin. I need a damn ambulance. Never again I will try to dance. Blood is dripping down my pants. No girl will wanna take a glance or give me her hand. My balls feel like scraped paper sand. I don't feel like a man. It feels like I fucked a rusty can or fucked a sharp cheese grater. My balls hurt, see you later. Bald skin. This life I can't fucking win. This cunt took off my ball skin. Ball skin. I'm like a dolphin without fins. This life sucks without my ball skin. This life I can't fucking win. This cunt took off my ball skin. Ball skin. I'm like a dolphin without fins. This life sucks without my ball skin. Hello, it's Saturday afternoon here, and I usually record these Saturday night, but I decided to do something different. You just heard the rock comedy song, Ballskin. I decided I'm going to try to do a music video for it. It's going to be awful, but I'm going to try to take some chicken skin and do some weird shit, so look out for that on the YouTubes. If I'm lucky, I'll get maybe 12 views, 6 from me, and maybe 6 from somebody listening to this show, right? That'd be cool. Well, anyways, I just got my lineup for the Phunniest competition for 2017. For those who don't know, it's a contest in the city. You pay $26 on your credit card, and they give you 4.5 to 6 minutes of stage time. There's 13 comics on each night, 3 get through, and there's a lot of comics, like 200. So I'm gonna go through each night, and if you don't know I don't know all these names, by the way. I know some of the names. I don't go down to the city as much as I used to, so I don't know who the heavy hitters are and who the up-and-comers. And if you're a new comic listening to this, you might want to pay attention. You don't know who these comics are, but I decided, you know what? Why not burn more bridges? No one's going to listen to this fucking podcast anyways. I got to do what I got to do. So let's go. Let's go to the first night, which is Tuesday, May 30th, 7 p.m. We have Candace Muzaniski, Tuskina Rodriguez, Cameron Sublin, Stephanie Termini, stage name is Terminus, Ryan Young, Katie DeMalo, Robbie Rubenstein, Michael S. Watkins, Andrew Johnson, Peter Gosh, Ryan Shaner, Rod Goat Sperlin, hey, that guy's on my show, and Joshua Ryan. So obviously Rod Goat Sperlin's going to advance. Psych, just kidding. Obviously he's not. I don't recognize a lot of the names here. Michael S. Watkins, I recognize his name. He usually gets through. Ryan Shaner's considered a heavy hitter down there. He'll probably get through. And once again, all these predictions I'm making are based on, not to say none of these guys are funny. Some of them are. Some of them are like, hey, it's politics. They have all their friends vote them through. But I'm just going based on the names and the speculations. And I don't know any other names. I don't know who. I'm going to go with Tuskina. Tuscany Rodriguez. I recognize that name. Alright, we got a lot of nights here. Let's not waste time. There's 2 on each night. So, same night, Tuesday, May 30th, 10 p.m. We have Miguel Dumas, JoJo Davis, Talib Bab, Matt Barn, Pat Brook, Mark Mendia, Brendan Crick, Matt Tilleen, Brandon Segorin, Raj Blaney, Nellie Graham, Adam Chelinsky, and John Lelu. So, I recognize some of the names on here. I know who Pat Brook is, he's been coming around, but I hope he advances, but I don't know if he has that kind of gripes yet. I'm going to go with Brandon Segorin. I've heard his name before. Raj Blaney, and I'm going to go with John Lelu. Those are my predictions. I'm probably wrong. Once again, I'm usually 70% right. If you know who the regulars are at the Raven Lounge open mic, you can pretty much guess who's going to, advance, like at least 70%. So, let's go to the next night. Wednesday, May 31st, 7 p.m. Sean Mulholland, Silas P., Megan Getz, Keith Corey, Sarah Park, Dan Litson, Alan Pickett, John McDonough, Brian Isley, Ben Sai Han, Melanie Jones, Ron Dickles, very controversial, aka John Moyer is his real name. Who knew that? Drew Garrison, and Brian Parkwitzky. The first guy, Sean Mulholland, he runs an open mic. He's a douchebag. He trashed me before. He called me a Northeast hack, which is funny because the guy's never seen my set before, so he can go fuck himself. He's this ugly little fidget fuck who does hacky jokes about facts. If he makes it through, I would not be surprised because, once again, it's not based on talent. Some of it is, a lot of it isn't. Megan Getz, she's an up-and-comer. I recognize her name. Alan Pickett, I haven't seen him do comedy in a while. Does he still do comedy? Brian Isley, same thing. If I had to pick 3 names, I would go with Megan. I and I don't know. Obviously, it's not going to be Ron Dickles. I'll go with Megan, Brian Isley, even though I know that's a stretch, and I don't know why. I'm going to go with, well, Drew Garrison. That name sounds like a South Park character. I don't know. I'm just going to pick 2 for that night. Next night is my night. This is my night, folks. Wednesday, May 31st, 10 p.m. Who gives a shit? That's right, I'm on the 10 p.m. show. Dan Madden, my boy, Chris O'Connor, Paul Verdi, Sojo Santana, John Derry, Cameron Kirby, Andy Lane, Steve Swan, Josh Jacobou. That's a horrible name. He should get a new stage name. Michael Brooks, Gracie Kinnan, and Jody Willowby, aka Flame, and Sean Riley. So, obviously, I'm going to make it through the next round. Ha, ha, ha. I have no chance. I was actually hoping I would go first. 2 years ago, I went first. And at first, I was kind of pissed. I was like, those cocksuckers threw me on first because they hate me. I'm actually jealous anybody's going first. I would rather go first and just ruin the show out in the beginning because I got a 0% chance of advancing, for those of you who know the contest. So, looking at the nights, I'm going to go with, it was actually 4 top guys in the city. You have Chris O'Connor, Sergio Santana, John Deere, Michael Brooks, those 4 right there. Then you got Steve Swan and Andy Lane. And Steve Swan, I'm going to go with Steve Swan, Chris O'Connor, Michael Brooks. Andy Lane's a dark horse. He's a favorite down there, but who knows. Okay, we got a lot more nights to talk about. Tuesday, June 6th, 7 p.m. We have Chris Mullins, Eddie the Delco Hack Gallagher, Peter Zimnis, Alex Grubard, James Hancock, Gwyneth McRae, Shane O'Connor, Joe Piccarillo, Mark Rollis, Rick Marachi, Chris Stenta, Adam Caneskull, and Dan Veterino. So, Eddie Gallagher, he's the guy who started the whole thing. He took my post and put it on the guy's page. He has to be in the middle of every single Joke Thief post because he's so original in his comedy. He could be a dark horse, though. I'm going to go with Alex Grubard. Once again, just recognize his name from other Nightsy events. Chris Stenta, and I'm going to go with Dan Veterino. Those are my 3 predictions. And then we'll go back and listen to them, folks, and I'll win a prize on all my predictions. Alright, the same night, Tuesday, June the 6th, 10 p.m. show. We have Ari Fishbein, Tommy Hyland, Jillian Markowitz, Randy Tamara, Nick Cupsey, Rachel Summers, Tiffany Walker, aka Tiff Money, hi, Rick Helpa, Dugan McShane, Brian Murphy, Josh Majeets, Michael Liss, and Brian Six. Wow, a lot of heavy hitters on this night. If I had to pick 3, once again, just based on, names and such in the city and all that, I would go with Ari Fishbein, Tommy Hyland, and Brian Six on that night. Yeah. Nick Cupsey, I recognize his name, but I don't know. I've never seen him advance. Not trashing the guy, just saying. Alright, Wednesday. I'm actually jealous. I wish I was on this night, because there's 3 Comedy Cabaret regulars that I can hang out with, and I have nobody on my night I can hang out with. We have Wednesday, June 7th, 7 p.m. Elisa Truzowski, Hannah Harkness, Dave Toper, John Kenzel, Aaron Dehoney, Dorian Vasquez, Kevin Brown, Darren Martinez, Pedro Salinas, Christian Sabio, Matt Himes, Brandon Jackson, and Andy Burbick. Now, I'm looking at this night. I don't know a lot of the regulars in the city. Obviously, it's going to be John Kenzel, Darren Martinez, and Andy Burbick. Now, Andy Burbick didn't even show up for his night last year. That's how out of it he is. So I don't even know if he's going to show up. But if I can go based on names, I would Dorian Vasquez. He advanced last year, I believe. That's right. I follow this stuff quite. I think Brandon Jackson advanced last year. He made something like that. And I don't know. I'm gonna go with Dave Toper. Listen, I really hope John Kenzel advances. He's such a funny, nice guy. He's done the contest so many years. We all know he's one of the best in the city. If he doesn't advance that night, it's going to be really fucking shitty. But you know what? That's why I said this contest is not based on who's funny. Some of the people who get through are funny, and then some of them it's because they have value, and that's the thing that sucks about comedy contests. Alright, same night, Wednesday, June 7th, 10 p.m. We have Paul Smith, Michael Butler, aka Preach, Dan Maid, Betty Smithsonian, awesome last name, Matt Woodward, Joe Bell, Jared Patterson. His stage name is She Went with the letter 2, Jared. Whoa. Buddy the Douchebag Harris, Connor the Douchebag McGovern, Michael Abrams. His stage name is Ms. Magic. Alisa Diener, Michael Lancer, and Alex the Jew Perman. Yeah, so many heavy hitters on this night. I'm going to go with Alex Perman because he knows the manager. He was on my night about 3 years ago, and he didn't even do comedy. He brought out a bunch of cue cards and had the audience read from it, and he advanced. So I'm going to go with Alex Perman, not based on talent, and he's a douchebag who said some things about me as well. Never did nothing to the guy. And out of Buddy Harris and Conor McGovern, it's possible. I mean, those guys are well-liked. I recognize the name Joe Bell somewhere, Matt Woodward as well. And I don't know about the other people, so I'm just going to go with Alex Perman. Michael Lancer's a nice guy. I don't know if he has the connections and such to get through. I root for him, but don't know. All right, next night. Tuesday, June 13th, 7 p.m. David Miller, Bradley Beck, Jackie Wishko, Steve O. Dabashnian, Mike Arharm, a.k.a. Chaz Love, Rachel Fogletto, Darlene Kahn, Eric Shane. His stage name is Darren Chang. Why not just go with that? Alex Smith, Pedro Gonzalez, Sam Priest, Chris Johnson, and hey, Steve Rinaldi. I know that guy. He's a good kid. Good-looking kid, too. Bradley Beck surprised me. I thought he was anti-comedy club and anti-helium and comedy contests. I'm surprised, but hey, he's a funny guy. Just based on the names, I'm going to say that obviously Rachel usually advances every year. I'm going to go with her. Steve Rinaldi is a very dark horse. He brought a bunch of people, like 30, 40 people a few years ago, but I think they voted wrong, so he didn't get through. But he's definitely, if not top 3, a dark horse. And I don't recognize another name, so I'm going to go Rachel. Let's go with Steve Rinaldi. And there's a lot of names I don't recognize. I'm going to go with, let's just pick Chaz Love for a goof. Alright, Tuesday, June 13th, 10 p.m. We have Douglas Stafford, Cecilie Alexandria, I can't pronounce that word, Q Rose, Jared Smith, Corey Castle, Elise Alduki, Peter Willis, Amanda Taylor, Jaquil Harmon, stage name Funny Bull Quill, Jason Hazelwood, I know that guy, Jay Hayes, he's going by this year, Mark Hupman, Ryan K, and David the Jew Priminaro. A lot of heavy hitters on this night. You got Q Rose, I recognize that name. Elisa Alduki, she usually gets through, I recognize that name. And I'm going to go with Q Rose, Elisa, and David the Jew Priminato. I have no problem with, by the way, unless I call him that. He's a funny guy. Wednesday, June 14, 10 p.m. We have Mallory Leonard, Jordan Hunchuluk, James Camicho, Alexandra Smith, Ramira Porter, aka Notorious Two Sacks, Chad Holland, Brandon Mitchell, Jamie Wolf, Jeff Roser, Emily Posh, Andrew Hamilton, Henry Brown, and his stage name is FUCT, Fucked Up. Whoa, watch out for that guy. And Lamar Lee. A lot of heavy hitters on this night. I'm going to go with Brandon Mitchell, Lamar Lee, and I really hope that, what's his name? Jeff Roser, who trashed my podcast before. Apparently he must have listened to it. Hey, thanks, dude. Douchebag. I hope he doesn't advance, but if he does, I want to be surprised. I'm going to pick a different name here. I'm going to go with Mallory Leonard. I don't know why. Sounds like a good hipster name. Tuesday, June 20th, 7 p.m. We have Mike Casey, Cole Cosby, Cassandra D, Alexandra Morales, Matt Tilleen, Tommy Toohill, Brian Thompson, Matt Haggerty, Mike Fox, Sean Corrigan, Casey Kufnick, Paul Tinick, and Holka Stalina Volkov package deal. I wish I can go to all these nights just based on names. Okay, so Cassandra D, I recognize her name. She's a heavy hitter. Alexandra the Fag Morales, he trashed me years ago for no reason. He's going to advance because he sucks all the dick in the city, the sweaty little unfunny faggot. And I don't recognize a lot of the other names. Let's go with Matt Haggerty. I'm just going to throw in that name. Once again, my predictions mean nothing, folks. I have no value and nothing else. Okay, Tuesday, June 20th, 10 p.m. We have Rob DeSantis, Ron Polindro, Benji Shaw, Lamar Todd, Kimmy Baker, Frank Hillman, Rachel Peters, Chris Pless, William Riley, stage name, I'm not even going to say it, some Jewish name, Sean Morris, Zach Crone, Brandon Dunbar, Domo Jones, and Sidney Gant. A lot of heavy hitters. You got Rob DeSantis, Lamar Todd, and then you got Domo, and Sidney Gant. So it's going to be 3 out of those 4. But you never know. There might be a dark horse. Tuesday, June 27th, 7 p.m. James Mascali, Valerie Vutu, Lance Schaff, Brother Luke, Seamus Miller, Drew Pepsky, Nick Palo, Jan Townsend, aka Logic Thinks. These stage names. I gotta see some of these people. Robert X, Jesse Duran, Sarah Bell, Eddie Finn, Emily Cohen, and John Rice, my boy. Well, unfortunately for John Rice, I love him. He's a friend of mine. I supported him last year. I videotaped his set, which has over 100 views, probably mostly from him. I don't know if he has, and it's going last too, rough spot. He had a good set last year. I'm sorry. I wish he goes through to all my comedy cabaret underdog buddies, but I just don't see it. So, James Mascali, Seamus Miller, and Eddie Finn, and Sarah Bell, the only 4 names I think I recognize. And Robert X, I think I heard that somewhere, Robert X. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with James, Seamus, Seaman. No, I'm kidding. James, Seamus, and Robert. I'll go with that. I'm probably going to be wrong. I don't know these people. Folks. I'm just an asshole with an opinion. Tuesday, June 27th, 10 p.m. We have Joe Watchman, Noah Houlihan, Christopher Wright, a.k.a. Rusty Wright, Ronald Metellus, Yima Cohen Arona, a.k.a. Yima. Let's just go with Yima then. Gene Meyer, Ben Ferrero, douchebag, Michael Donnell, Eric Terrell, Tim McDonough, Rushan Pai, Steve Johnson, Tiffany King, and Dan Clark. Once again, a lot of names I don't recognize, which means nothing. Noah Houlihan, 2 years ago, was on my night. He had a really good set. He's advanced before, but I don't know. I'm going to go with Ronald Metellus, Eric Terrell, and Steve Johnson. Those are the 3 names I think advanced before. I don't care who advances. It's none of my business, but anybody but Ben Farrell. He's a fucking stuttering, shaky douchebag with no stage presence. Another guy who's trashed me before. Fucking loser. New into comedy, knows nothing about comedy, and sucking everybody's dick. Work on being funny first, kid. Alright, if you hear me, fuck you. Wednesday, June 28th, 7 p.m. Cynthia Haskins. Oof, no offense. That is not a good spot for her. Johnny Capel, Pete Steele, Chris Wood, Mark Stoudemire, Daniel Getz, Brian Durkin, Troy Moore, Peter Canyon, Kyle Harris, Jake Patera, Jasmine Sierra, aka Jazz, and Brian Yennis. Cynthia, she's I wouldn't say she's a friend of mine. I don't know if she's a friend of mine. She used to be. I don't see it happening, no offense. Not because she's not funny. She's gotten better over the years. I just don't. John Koppel, Chris Wood, Troy Moore's my boy. You know what? I'm going to go based on the politics of the city. I'm going to go with Chris Wood, Kyle Harris, who I believe is running the Raven Lounge. That's what I heard. And Jake Matera. Let's go with that. Right? Obvious. Wednesday, June 28th, 10 p.m. You have Scooter Wilkinson, Darren Patrick, Craig Haas, Sarwater Tar, a.k.a. James Watts. Why don't I just go by James Watts? Mabetta, Soluco, John Coder, Sarah Wolf. Isn't that Darren's girlfriend? I didn't even know she did comedy. Gary Chow, Maddie McLennan, Michael Kelly, Keenan Cobb, or should I say Keenan Slob. Another douchebag that trashed me. Never seen a guy get a laugh in my life. David Maddock, Yad Love, Jan the Man, and Sean Howard. So I think Scooter Wilkinson, did he make it to the finals a year or two? I think he did. I'm going to go with Scooter Wilkinson, obviously Sarah's girlfriend. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think she's done comedy once before, but I'm surprised by that. I think she signed up for a goof, maybe? I don't know. Or is Darren signed her up as a goof? I'm going to go with Scooter Wilkinson, Keenan Slob, and Sean Howard. And we have, I don't know, the Michael Kelly. I've heard that name before. Maybe I'm thinking Bob Kelly. All right, we got 2 more nights left. Come on, let's do it. Wednesday, July 5th, 7 p.m. Dan Ostreb, Jared Bilski, Scott Terry, David McDaniel, a.k.a. Dave Hilarious. He better be with that name. Ken Jones, Nicole Yates, Kat Mosley, Mike Logan, Alan Massenberg, Mark Lipo, a.k.a. the one-line. He signed up as Mark the One-Liner Lipo. Oh, God. John Del Colo, Eric Roth, and Andrew Elkland, a.k.a. AJ Thor Elkland. Oh, these names. Scott Terry's a buddy of mine, and he has potential to kill. He's gotten way better over the years. He's been more honest, more raw. But I'm sorry, I don't see it happening. Once again, just going by the names, obviously Mark Lipo's going to advance. By the way, on this podcast, you will hear a Lepowism montage. Maybe after this clip. I'm going to take all the Lepowisms I did this season at the Cabaret, and you're going to hear it. I'm going to go with Ken Jones, Mike Logan, and John Del Colo. How about that, right? 3 more nights left. Wednesday, July 5th, same night, 10 p.m. We have Jeff Kaloa, Matt Brown, Andrew Fox, Abby Rosenquist, Thomas Beck, Josh Gordell, a.k.a. Josh Gerza, Bill Rick, Charles Buzzik, Josh Branham, Paul Trafes, a.k.a. Ralph Aniba, Joe Falcone, James Dudley, Damon Giddens, a.k.a. Damon G, and Bob Wagner. I'm going to go with Abby, because I think she made it to the finals a year or two ago. That's right, I followed the contest, folks. I don't know who these people are, but I followed the fucking contest. I'm going to go with Charles Busnick. He seems like he's all over the place. Don't have a problem with him, but who knows what God knows what these people think about me. They even do. And I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with James Dudley. I don't know why, because his last name's Dudley. And I've been watching WWE videos recently. 2 more nights left. Thursday, July 6th, 7 p.m. Brian Gua, douchebag, Tyler Wolf, Tony Cheslake, Reem Salim, Sheila Menris, Moses Aran, Kev Brown, Satoyo, Rob Rule, Joe Missanina, Marlena's McMahon, Perk, Pat George, and Natalie K. Levant. Brian Gwebb, he's in there. He's down there. I don't know if he's going to advance. I hope he doesn't. Doesn't matter if he does. He's not going to kill me. He said some things about me. Never had a problem with the guy. He started out at the Cabaret like everybody else, and then he went down to the city, and now he's cool now. He does an awkward guy persona on stage. Yeah, no one's ever done that before. No awkward comedians out there, right? I'm going to go with the names I recognize that are big in the city. I'm going to go with Moses Laurent, Satoyo, and the Joe Mizzanino. I think there's a dishwasher down there. Does he wash dishes in the comedy club? Oh, no, he's a escort? Yeah, same thing. He's going to get the kitchen vote. All right. Last night, Thursday, July 6th, 10 p.m., Max Barth, that's an awesome last name, by the way, Christian Manuel, Jeff Howarth, Christopher Kiley, Chris Kiley, yeah, Jim Danzer, Scott Armstrong, Shane Costellas, Dan Coyle, Cody Wright, Eric Nicholas Kozjanek, C.D. Schultz, Tim Ryan, and Benny Feldman. Once again, don't know most of these names, which means nothing. I'm going to go with Christian, because I heard he runs the Raven. I wish Chris Colley would advance. He did a few years ago, but I don't know. I'm going to go with Cody Wright, because I've heard good things about him. And I'm going to go with this guy, C.D. Schultz, because I've heard he's a possible host for the club. Well, folks, those are the Phillies' funniest brackets. If anybody listening to this and you're offended, please let me know. If you want to talk about this on the podcast, we can. I only trash people who have trashed me before. I'm pretty sure way more people have. But based on what I saw on Facebook, wow, 22 minutes of recording this segment. Me just reading names. Who's going to listen to this? I don't know. But folks, that's it for this segment. I'm going to do some sober commentary with drunk people tonight. And you're going to hear a Lepowism montage. And then we're going to wrap this up with more topical news and on news. So you might as well keep listening to this podcast. It's got so much in it and you don't even know. So, I'm dating a girl right now who's an electrician, and I just don't see a spark. I'm working on a grilled cheese sandwich joke right now, and once I construct it, it's going to melt your hearts. So, I've been dating this girl named Penny, and I can't stop thinking about her. So, if I think about her, is that a penny for my thoughts? So, I saw this handicapped cop walking down the street, and I said, "Sir, are you a crooked cop?" So, I called McDonald's recently, and I said, "Do you have the Mac Jr.?" They said, "Yes, we do." I said, "What about the Big Mac?" They said, "Yes, we do." I said, "What about the Grand Mac?" They said, "Sir, why do you ask?" I said, "Because I'm the Mac Daddy." So I'm dating this girl with a yeast infection. And I said, "It's okay, because my humor is dry and crisp."
I was having sex with this 18-year-old girl, and she kept calling me I Poppy. I said, let's not bring your father into this. So recently, I was going down on this black girl, and she tasted like pepper. So my nickname for her is Black Pepper. So recently, I was in a restaurant eating a steak, and I saw a bug in my steak. So I called the server and I said, excuse me, there's a bug in my steak. He said, that's a bee. How does a bee get in my steak? And instead of bringing me potatoes, they brought me apples. I guess that's how the restaurant came up with the name Applebee's. So my father actually used to be a vampire with a sweet tooth. He goes after people with high blood sugar. So I was in a park recently, and I got stung by a bee right on my knee. It was not the bee's knee.
Sober commentary with drunk people. Old City. It is 2:03 a.m. That's right. I'm about 5 minutes behind. 6 minutes behind because I was talking to a door guy named Nate, and he pretty much is a cool guy. He used to work at Plow in the Stars. He worked at Plow in the Stars many years ago. I got this weird fucking homeless guy behind me eating a fucking pizza. So he used to work at Plow in the Stars, and he used to, talk to me and stuff. He would actually listen to my shitty problems. I was telling him how I couldn't find a job and stuff. He was laughing. He came back for one night tonight. One night only. But let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about last night and tonight. Last night I went down Morgan's Pier. First time in a while. I got down here at 9:30. By the way, I'm right across from my usual spot. Right outside the Continental, across from the Cuba Libre. I look very nicely coordinated tonight. I'm wearing black and blue sneakers with black jeans, black suit jacket, and a blue dress shirt. I match. I look like a motherfucking G. God, this guy's behind me. I'm just gonna ignore him if he comes over. But anyways, so last night I went down to Morgan's Pier, and I got down here at 9:30 to avoid the cover charge, because if you get there before 10, you don't have to pay. Oh, it's so loud out tonight. The volume in Old City tonight is crazy. People are singing, lots of fun. So last night, I might have to move. The energy is crazy, but they're singing a happy birthday or something. And okay, so last night nothing really happened other than I went to the Morgan's Pier, and I was there most of the night. It fucking sucked. As far as it was too fucking crowded. I ended up standing around at different spots. There was a lot of white girls dancing on the dance floor. It was kind of like wild white girl party. I tried to dance with this chunky black girl, which is my demographic, and nothing happened with that. And that was pretty much it. I went back to Old City. I don't think anything else happened. I didn't dance with anybody. It was just a waste of a night. Tonight, I had a few shots of the Jägermeister, got down here around 10:30. I did dance with about 4 girls tonight. That's right, for the first time in a while at the Plow of the Stars. I was dancing with these 4 girls. One of them was celebrating. There was like 5 of them in a group. I danced with 4 out of the 5. I think one of them was celebrating graduated, and I started dancing with one. She's like, are you with anybody? I said, no, I'm by myself. I actually wanted to make sure I wasn't with a girl. And she started dancing with me. And then while she was dancing with me, this girl was banging her butt into my butt. And then they would rotate, and I ended up dancing with 4 girls. And I'm having 2 of them grind on my penis, which I used to dance with girls a lot. When I was younger, I used to try. I don't try as much, but I used to have girls grind on my penis quite a bit back in my day when I was a little better looking. Not so much these days. But that happened. That was the highlight of my night. And then I saw them later at Lucha Cartel. National Mechanics. I was actually getting into the dance and I was having fun. This black guy that I used to hang out with at Lucy's, the old spot, was there. We talked for a little bit. He was dancing with this gay guy's one of his friends, but then that that didn't last long. And then, I ran into this pickup guy named Ron. Now, Ron is just, I call him the depressed guy. Ron is a guy I met at a meetup about 5 or 6 years ago. And he had, like, he would tell me about his problems. He would tell me, like, oh, I'm depressed and stuff like that. He would just complain, live with his mom at the time, and he wasn't doing too well. And then he got a job and he did better. I haven't seen him in a year or two. Well, I ran into tonight in Old City, talked to him for about, 10 minutes. Oh, it's so loud out here. I can't even fuck. It's just ridiculous. People are just shut the fuck up. Some people just need to shut the fuck up. So anyways, that's what happened. I ran into Ron, and we talked for a little bit. He told me he lives in Huntington Valley. This guy used to live in Upper Darby. Then from Upper Darby, he moved to somewhere, and now he lives in Huntington Valley, which is the funeral job I used to have. The job I used to have where I used to pick up bodies. Well, that's where he lives around. I think I dropped somebody off one night there, driving for Uber that one night when I drove all the way from Old City to Huntington Valley. But yeah, it's really raunchy. Lots of girls are walking by. I look cool right now, so I look like I'm on a business call because it's really, the weather last night was hot, very hot out last night. I wore shorts last night. I'm not trying to really turn anybody on, but last night I wore shorts with no underwear on because it was like 85 degrees last night. And then on top of that, tonight it was just like 52 degrees, 55 degrees. There's your weather forecast. So anyways, it's 2:09 right now. The street harassment has been happening, especially with the nice weather, especially... All right. That's society for you. Everyone's beeping the horn because people waiting for their Ubers and Lyfts. Can't even fucking talk because people are just fucking beeping the horn, cutting people off. South 2nd Street is packed. You want to be an Uber driver down here? Seriously, kill yourself. There's lots of groups of girls out here. I would say, I was going to walk down tonight to the Columbus Boulevard location to check out the river deck and Morgan's Pier. But I said, you know what? I might as well not because, first of all, I'm not going to bother to even go to those places tonight. So there's no point of even going there because I'm not going to go there. So I stayed in Old City. I sat around tonight. I did go to a few spots. I went to Plow twice. I went to National twice. I went to Lucha Cartel with the Drinkers. Sat around, and that was pretty much it. Oh wow, it's mobbed outside the fucking Cuba Libre and Blue Martini, the two main spots in Old City, the club spots, I guess you'd call them. It is mobbed out here. Tonight, I did see a really attractive girl sitting by herself at Lucha Cartel, and I didn't approach her because I said to myself, either she has a boyfriend or she's just sitting at the bar waiting for a guy to approach her. So what's the point? If I approach her and she's going to go home with somebody, I highly doubt that she's going to fuck me. I see two thirsty guys talking to two pigs. These two thirsty guys are talking to these two fat girls. And hey, listen, I'm not going to hate on them or shame them because I've made out with many fat girls in my day, my early 20s. I did what I could do. And it's mobbed out here. These two thirsty guys who always go to the... they're always at the... They're always at the fucking... Wow, look at these two. Look at their big fat ass. Yeah, they're always at the fucking Cuba Libre. But yeah, one of them just kissed one of them on the lips. There's 3 black chicks taking selfies. There's a guy talking to 2 girls. There's 3 guys talking to 2 girls. I guess we're all together. It is madness out here, folks. Lots of street harassment. Then there's a group of 5 black girls taking pictures. It is crazy. And then, as soon as I'm talking, some fucking douchebag just stands next to me. So now I got to move away from him because that's usually how it goes. You find a nice spot to fucking stand in, and some fucking douchebag just stands right next to you with his fucking homeless fucking shtick. It's like, dude, it's not even cold out. You're wearing fucking shorts. You try to act like it's fucking cold out here. Like, oh, I need something. So yeah, the highlight of my night was dancing with the 4 girls. That was a lot of fun, you know. Going to record for a couple more minutes. It's not much really going on. Actually, there's a lot going on. What am I saying? It's kind of funny. These like 5 black chicks are taking selfies, and while they're taking selfies, there's like a homeless guy holding a sign. Not to make fun of him, but he's always out here. And you know what the weird thing is? This girl just came by in a car, blasting music. That was the same girl from a few weeks ago. That was the same fucking girl that was blasting her fucking music when I called her a cud. I said cud twice, like cud. And she ended up looking at me when I said it, like she could tell I was talking about her. Yeah, same chick. So she must obviously work down here or be a regular down here. But yeah, people are just walking in the street, Ubers and Lyfts and cabs and such. It is just nothing but madness out here. It just really is unfortunate that way. Yeah, so a lot of these girls are taking pictures. This is why I don't take pictures of girls. I think they're fucking stupid. I'm not saying if a girl wants to take a picture, it's one thing, but the girls who take pictures nonstop, like they're models, it's like, number one, stop. I'm not saying you can't take a picture, but number one, you're not a model. And it's just like... And it's just fucking ridiculous. It's 2:14 right now. I'm going to record for a couple more minutes, about 3 or 4 more minutes. And then I'm going to head down. The 2 thirsty guys are... actually, I don't know one of the thirsty guys. He's got a wingman. And they're with these 2 chicks. And they are just... Once again, I've made out with some fat girls before, so I am not going to sit here and act like I only date models. But he is... There with some hefty ladies. Once again, hey, listen, none of my business. Yeah, but these girls who take lots of pictures, they really bother. That's the main reason why I don't take pictures of girls. Like when girls ask me, hey, can you take a picture of me and my friend? That's the reason why I say no, because it's so actually fucking obnoxious when they act like it's a fucking spreadsheet or whatever, when they're just constantly fucking just taking like 15, 20 pictures, and it's like, oh, what are you gonna do? Post the whole catalog on Instagram? It's just like, go fuck yourself. I just ran into a pole in my arm. That was smooth. I'm just trying to get away from people. I'm trying to talk. This guy is trying to... This thirsty guy is trying to make out with this girl so bad. And the weird part is, he got rejected. He tried to make out with her. She barely kissed him. I would fucking hate myself if I tried to make out with some fat girl and she fucking played me. I would be like, I'm going to fucking kill myself. But anyways, a few more minutes and I'll be on my way. It was cool running into Nate tonight. He was just working tonight for one time. And it was also cool working with, running into Ron, who works at a catering company. I'm going to see if he can maybe hook me up a job. It's only at the Kimmel Center. That's far. I don't know if I want to take a train in a large subway ride, but I might have to. I'm going to record for another minute or two, and I'm going to head out of here. Now that it's nicer out, probably going to start recording a little bit longer, staying out longer, because the train usually doesn't come. It doesn't usually come until at least 2:20 to 2:25, and as I'm trying to talk, these fucking stupid fucking idiots can't get the fuck away from people. But train usually comes around 2:25 to 2:30, so I realized there's no point in really going out at 2:15. The train really comes around that. So there's always one guy blasting music. I mean, listen, I'm not saying you can't blast your music, but they do it like... So I don't know what happened. Oh, some girl dropped her phone. Oh, this girl's so Listen, I don't have high standards. Like I said, I've been out with some chubby girls before, but I can't go that low. Like, I feel like you got to set some standards. I can't go that fucking low. She's like a 1 or a 2. I'm a 1 or a 2. But I'm a guy, and I'm not supposed to be good looking. I just need to lose this gut, and then maybe I'll get somewhere in this life. But that's just it. Some of these chicks have just fucking gross voices. Like, they sound like they get throat fucked. Like, there was this one chick who worked in a bar at Nationals, and she was, not bad. But if you listen to her voice, it just sounds like she gets throat fucked. Like that raspy cigarette voice. But yeah, lots of guys are hitting on the chicks to try to get numbers, try to get dates and such. And as I said before, as much as I want to have fun out here, I want to have fun with people. I want to hang out with a group of people. I want to live my life. But I don't want to feed the ego of attention-craved girls who just come out and they take pictures all night. And they're obviously just fucking standing around because they want some sort of guy to approach them. So once again, they can get their validation and get their little fix of, oh, some guy tried to fuck me. And that's pretty much what it is. So anyways, I just found a pimple in the back of my head. I just popped it right through my hair. That was gross. I got white stuff. I don't know what happened. A bug must have bit me. Usually that happens from bugs. But, yeah, this white guy who was wearing a suit just hit on a black girl. So he's doing well in life. Alright, so that's it. I don't want to miss my trade. It's 2:19. I'm going to head down. This is Sober Commentary with Drunk People in Old City. Alright, we're going to wrap this episode up. So much content from one guy. I am absolutely amazing, folks. Let's do some topical news, if there's any. And odd news, people are talking about Trump and his speech, Muslims and such. I don't pay attention to politics, so I don't know exactly what happened, what was said. That's how uneducated and ignorant I am. I just don't care, Alien Covenant tops box office with $36 million. I heard a few people say it sucks. There's a date set for Chris Cornell's funeral. What is it? Trump's 3. I thought it was 4 words for Saudi Arabia. 3 words in speech. Trump leaves 3 words. I love you. Did he just say I love you? What is it? Radical Islam terrorism. Okay, so that's the top story. I believe the Warriors won Game 3. They're going to sweep that team. The Billboard Music Awards are going on. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing the Celtics right now. They're predicted to sweep them right out. A student walked out of Mike Pence's graduation speech. This happened at Notre Dame grads walked out of Mike Pence's convention speech. Yeah, that happened. So yeah, that person's obviously taking a stand. Onlookers horrified as sea lion pulls girl's underwear. So the sea lion used to be a black guy in his past life. He wanted to eat some ass, and he went right for her booty. You can see that video all over the place. I believe some NBA commentator made fun of that Kyrie Irving guy for being raised by a single mother, and people were outraged. Let's get to the odd news, folks. Let's jump into the favorite segment to close this show out with: weird news, strange news, odd news. My favorite thing to wrap this damn thing up, because you try to do topical news, but nothing's going on. Work your abs, laugh at this ridiculous dog doing human exercise. This dog has one of those stretching things. That looks funny. Trump touched the glowing orb in Saudi Arabia, folks. Found it just a bit odd. Pretty sure there's lots of memes for that. Art lover perks up miserable artwork with smiling photo app. So it shows a statue that's serious and smiling. I don't know what that's about. Coffee shop customer leaves obnoxious table. Neighbors a delicious lesson. Did he jerk off in their coffee when they weren't looking? Raise your morning cup of joe. It's a coffee shop. People next to be loud and rude. They just found the perfect name of their new business. I just bought the domain name. It's called Retaliation. I'd read someone, like Roots, the waitstaff seemed to be loud after being asked to tone it down, not excited loud, more like we own the place loud. I could see the waiters really annoyed. He turned the Huffington Post. And, I don't know, I guess this guy bought I don't know, what did he do? Oh, so this is recently faced with a lot of people sitting next to a coffee shop. Paris Information Security Consultant Kali didn't get mad, he got even. After hearing they decided what to call their new business, he quietly brought up the corresponding domain name. I just read someone doing something similar, so the idea was not totally original, but the accusation presented itself. He told, really loud, obnoxious, tone it down. I could see, okay, I don't know. That's a boring story, I'm probably gonna edit that out. People think they found topless pics of hunky South Korean presidential bodyguard, so everyone's going crazy over him. Black Mirror came to life on London Street, overrun by bees. Quarterback Aaron Rodgers retweets gets Iowa teens out of final exam. That's fucking awesome. GOP lawmaker told to duck off after gripping about Duckland ramp. Bunch of ducks climbing up a sign ramp. People are really related to Uncle Fat, an obese monkey forced to diet. Oh boy, that sounds racist. There's bees having sex, and that's always happens. They have a GPS Trump thing. Yeah, turn right. Can't do his voice. Dogs find missing cats hiding in Florida 2 months later after a house fire. Porn blasts on huge screen at train station during rush hour. That's cool. Now you can pay $30,000 for a moldy sandwich that looks like Mickey Mouse. Woman spends 3 weeks in intensive care after eating a gas station nacho cheese. Yeah. I ate nachos from a diner once. I literally almost shit myself on the way home. Accused shooter allegedly poops on his arrest warrant. Snuggles the rat, survives heroin overdose. Doc's removal of bowling ball grove is gross as you expect. It looks like a giant testicle but smashed. Man accused of repeatedly sending sex workers to strip on neighbor's porch. Animal shelter writes badass adoption memo for utter bastard of a cat. Man allegedly steals security cameras so grandma won't see him jerk it. South Korea has a new president. Okay, everyone's talking about the hunky bodyguard. We were talking about that. Alleged drunk driver had bearded dragon lizard in brawl. We read that before. Teen's death defying stunts on Golden Gate Bridge climbs are bonkers. Yeah, just this kid going around the Golden State Bridge taking these selfies and pretending he's fallen. Some people have died from that. Creepy laughing clown doll scares bear out of a stealing trash can. Alright, that's it for the show. I thought there was some other stories I saw a few days ago. I should have wrote it down. Thank you for listening. If you listened to the whole episode, I thank you from the bottom of my rotten heart. And I'll see you folks on the next one. It's, well, you know.
You have just listened to the world's most awful podcast show, JoshCast.